Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to stand if that's okay with you because I'm too excited to stay seated. Can you hear me in the back? Okay, first to Dottie Gallagher-Cohen. Let's give her a big round of applause for all the great work she's doing. To our partners who made this great vision, this great dream. When we started talking about this, we had to pinch ourselves to remind us that it could actually be true. It was one of those really great, big visions that you said, boy, if we could ever get this done, it would be a game changer for not just Buffalo, but for Western New York. Let's give a big round of applause to County Executive Mark Poloncarz, who was fantastic to make this happen. Mayor Byron Brown, thank you so much for what you've done. Howard Zemsky, I don't know where to start with Howard. This a lot of hard work went into it today. You saw the intelligence. Howard has been killing himself for years to make today a reality. But just one point, Howard, I don't know that I really want to start to comment on the editorial comments during your presentation, but when someone calls you on the telephone and asks you, is this a bad time? And you're standing in your slippers and your bathrobe in an aisle in a grocery store holding a jar of peanut butter, the answer is, yes, this is a bad time. Can I call you back? Give him a round of applause, Howard Zemsky. Dr. Elaine Calleros, you have to understand who Dr. Elaine Calleros is. He's probably the single greatest economic development mind the state of New York has. He birthed the nanoscale revolution in Albany and the Capital District region that has transformed the Capital District region. Not just the city of Albany, but the entire region. He started with SUNY as a professor, and he grew an industry called nanoscale, nanoscience. When he first started talking about it in the 80s, I don't know that anyone even understood what he was talking about. But he brought the entire chip manufacturing industry to Albany. And now we have the leading companies on the globe coming to Albany to manufacture chips because he created, and the state owns, the leading R&D facility in chip manufacturing. Now, to add even more complexity to the story, Dr. Calleros does this in partnership with the state of New York when a governor of New York gives him a grant to start this nano, whatever they called it at the time, to bring it to New York. The governor who gives Dr. Calleros the first grant to start the revolution is a governor named Mario Cuomo. Okay? So, this was not an overnight success. This was built, this was learned, this was an experience that has been perfected over time, and the doctor really figured out the formula. And today, we're bringing that formula in a different application to Western New York. We know that this works. We've seen it work. We've perfected the model. That's what the Capital District region is all about. And that Dr. Calleros has been with this state for decades now. He could go anywhere he wants on the planet, but he stays in New York. We owe him a big debt of gratitude. Let's give him another round of applause. But one day I'm going to ask Dr. Calleros the really tough question. Who's your favorite Governor Cuomo? I'm not ready to ask him yet because I'm afraid I'll know the answer. Let's give our new friends, the companies that are moving in, the new Buffalonians, Mr. Caulfield and Dr. Shu, let's give them a round of applause and welcome them. Let me just say this. Today we come full circle. The site that we're talking about, what we call RiverBend, is the old Republic Steel plant site, believe it or not. And it really tells the whole story on this site. Republic Steel, generations of Buffalonians who worked with their hands, who worked with their back, from the sweat of their brow. They forged steel that built this nation. That was the story of Buffalo. And generations did it proudly, and it was Republic Steel, and it was Bethlehem Steel, and it was the capital of manufacturing. And then one day, almost overnight, that was gone. And the economy shifted, and the manufacturing was gone, and the question became, what is tomorrow about? In the meantime, we were left with the stain and the debris of the manufacturing era, and we had to literally go back and clean the sites. This has been a marvel of remediation, this site. But then Buffalo had to figure out what's Act Two, and what is the new economy for Buffalo. And that was hard, and that went on a long time, and Buffalo struggled. And a lot of people left, and it was difficult to come up and make that economic transformation. And there were fits and starts. And frankly, Buffalo didn't have enough help in that pursuit and in that process. But we also know that today is a different day. And the signs of progress are undeniable, and they are everywhere. To see cranes in the sky again in Buffalo. Generations grew up without seeing cranes in the sky. The development, which is everywhere you look. It's public development, it's private development, it's Harborside, it's Canal Side. It's the Niagara Medical Campus, which is really exciting in potential. It's keeping the Buffalo Bills here. It's the Maid of the Mist. It's in Niagara Falls, where Mayor Deister in Niagara Falls is seeing a whole renaissance. You feel it all pulsating across Western New York. Why? We could give him a round of applause. That's exactly right. Why? Because we do have a different approach. We do have a different approach. First, Buffalo has a state government that is back and functioning, and a state government that has Buffalo's back and is there in full partnership. Buffalo's future is the future of the state of New York. And as governor, I can look you in the face and say for too many years, the state government did not fulfill its responsibility to Buffalo and Western New York. And we promised to change that, and we are changing that, and today is proof of that. The state is investing $225 million in this project. And when I say investment, I mean an investment. This is going to reap dividends for the people of the state the way the investment in CNSE in Albany has reaped billions in benefits for the state of New York. I make it on my behalf and on behalf of my colleagues who are here with me today from Albany. I'm going to read off their names. I'd ask them to stand, but you have a really great legislative delegation, and we're working in partnership today. Please welcome Senator Tim Kennedy, Senator Pat Gallivan, stand guys as I call your name, Assemblyman Sean Ryan, Assemblymember Crystal People-Stokes, Member Mickey Kearns, Assemblymember John Soretto, Assemblymember Ray Walter, Senator George Maziarz, Assemblywoman Jane Corwin. Please stand, all of you. Let's give them a round of applause.